Hey, welcome back. Hey, it is made in the 1980s, and we are so glad that you could attend with us. This is episode 10. And to be real, there's so much other things going on in life that we kind of just don't want to give y'all a topic today. We kind of just want to shoot the shit and kick it just a little bit, if you don't mind. Usually I would prefer to do an episode like this on shrooms or maybe an edible, but just in case that episode wouldn't come out that great, I'm gonna do it sober. And if you don't know by now, my name is Camp from the Port. And of course, I got my guest that's never really a guest. Please introduce yourself for the people, please.
It's Mr. Wayne Day, aka Mr. I eat cornbread without water.
Okay. Okay. so what is the beverage that you use if it's not water, or you just raw dogging it just
Sometimes
straight
maybe it's not Popeye's biscuit that joint.
Hey, I respect it. I respect it. Oh man, this show made in the 1980s, man. We made it to episode 10, man, and I am extremely pleased about that. This one, I think we should just have a little fun and just show people that we can just talk just to be talking. I mean, if that's okay.
Yeah, that's perfectly fine with me. We have
All right.
we have great conversations.
Yeah, no, absolutely. So yeah, that's why I'm not really afraid to just kind of wing this, but I do have a couple of obviously, like questions or just things to ponder and think about today in this day and age. Man, back to this biscuit situation though. You know what is a good equalizer for the Popeyes biscuit? The hot sauce. Yeah. Hey, listen, when I get the 5 tenders combo or whatever, I don't get honey. I don't get butter. I simply ask for hot sauce, and then I dump the fries out the little bag, because why give me the little bag? Like, come on, you could just shovel some fries in the cart, not even decent.
Yeah.
And then I set the fries on the bottom of the carton, stack the tenders up with the biscuit in there, and I just let the hot sauce just flow all through there. That's what she said. And I enjoy, man. And you know what? It gives it softens and moistens it just enough to where you don't feel like you dying of thirst at every bite.
Cause hey, that Popeye's biscuit, man, that's like chewing sandpaper.
Hey, but you know what? It is. I know this might sound crazy to some people, but that is still my favorite fast food biscuit, though. Still my favorite one. Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely.
I think KFC's biscuit is slept on.
I can see
Like
that.
when it's fresh. When it's fresh, it has to be fresh. But I think it's really slept on. I think KFC gets a bad break on the biscuit side.
Yeah, I mean, because most times when you get them, though, they either a discus or a coaster. And not really much you can do it.
Hey, trust me, I used to work there. I know. At the end of the night, sometimes they became projectiles.
Yo, man, actually, this just made me think of this. You worked at KFC too. I worked for like a piece of a summer at KFC. Matter of fact, as I'm an adult now, this is a very embarrassing story for me, but I'm going to share it here on Made in the 1980s.
Right? Exclusive.
Yeah, for sure. So, man, I was already working at the movie theater. I know everybody probably in Freeport just knows me for working at the movie theater. And while I was there, I wanted to get some more money. I think my hours I got cut or something. I was just looking for just to make as much money as possible. So my cousin, who I will leave nameless, worked at KFC. But if you know me, you know who my cousin that worked at KFC is. So it ain't really a big surprise, but I just won't use his name. All right. So he ends up getting me hired at KFC. And of course, it starts off pretty cool. I had never worked fast food before. they immediately put me on the register. I really thought that I was going to be back there frying chicken because I was like, yo, I'm actually nice with the frying of the chicken. I was like, yo, you can put me on the hot wings and the wedges. I'm in, you know what I mean? But no, I guess because, you know, I was pretty good with cash math. And I was like very pleasant, very nice. They literally just threw me around the register, and I no, you place the orders, and you take the orders, and you work up here in the front. We ain't gonna have you back there with them. I'm like, dang, okay. And you know, it's funny because I think all the other black people worked in the kitchen. And I was the only black person that wouldn't. So I was like, what does that say about me? I don't know. Like but I didn't take it away. I was just like, oh wow. I'm like, man, they just got me up here. So it just is what it is. Needless to say, okay. So granted, working fast food, working at KFC, especially during the original hot wing era, it wasn't what I thought it would be. You know, I wasn't really having the greatest of time, but it was cool. I could have done it longer, and I could have got, you know, more acclimated and maybe even moved up the ranks. Maybe even moved up the ranks more so than I did, barring what happened. So, Wang, I don't know. To this day, I don't know what truly happened. But one day, I'm supposed to work with my cousin, I believe. Yeah. I'm supposed to work with my cousin, and he let me know that he get fired. And I'm like, whoa, wait a minute. You were like a staple there. Like, why'd you get fired? I'm like, what, 15? No, I'm not 15. I'm like 16, 17 at the time. So I'm like, yo, cousin, like, why you get fired? And he really didn't say, but and you know, thinking back on it, I would never move like this as an adult now. But he played the whole race card thing, but I was like, wait a minute. It's like, but you've been there for years. And he was like, yeah, they tried to accuse me of this, that, and the third. And it's because I'm black and blah, blah, blah. I'm like, okay. And then he plants in my mind, Wang, that what I should do is quit. I should quit and leave them in the jail for firing him. Now, me, with already having a job, I already have one. So it ain't like I'm leaving with zero money. But I'm here to say, as a grown-ass man on this show, Made in the 1980s, which is an escape from your grown-ass life, I was dead wrong for what I'm about to tell you I just did at this job. Fam, I went and just like, yo, I'm riding with cuz. I'm riding with cuz, yeah. Yeah, I'll quit. It is what it is. I not only quit, Wayne. No, let me tell you, no, we're gonna build this right. We're gonna build this right. I gotta show you how bogus it is. So I got my shift in like an hour. I got all my gear, my uniforms in a bag. And I walk in to the KFC, and the manager there, two young ladies that were there that were helping me. I think one was, I don't remember anybody being like totally like bad or like uncool. Like one was just kind of annoying, but you know, that's just work. And I walked in, they smiling, and I'm smiling, and I was like, hey, I'm sorry. I just can't work here anymore. And I put my bag of uniforms on the table, pushed it over to them, and walked out. They were stunned by this move. It didn't make any sense. But Wang, here is where we put the icing on the cake. I hop in the car and pull off with the cousin they just fired. He the one that dropped me off to quit, and then I leave with him. So now it looks super suspect. Man, I was just reflecting on this a couple days ago. I think at the gig, we're just talking about people and hiring, and we're gonna talk about that soon too. And I was like, man, looking back, y'all, that was probably the dumbest thing I did as far as the workforce goes when I was like a teenager. Like that was it. You know, as much as I get on these young people about not showing up prepared for interviews as far as appearance go, not showing up to the shift at all, or just kind of playing games. Yo, that was probably one of the dumbest things I did as far as job wise in the entire 90s. Like that had to have been it. That had to have been it.
Okay, so I got two questions.
Mm-hmm.
Was this down the hill on the West End across from Golden Corral KFC?
Yes.
So this is OG KFC.
Yeah, this is the OG KFC. They still had the matter of fact, it was still Golden Corral across the street and the liquor store with the car lot wasn't there. Now again, this is the 90s. This is the late 90s at this point. Yeah, we're down the hill.
Okay, now my second question.
Mm-hmm.
The reason for your cousin getting fired, did that ever come to light?
I promise you this. To this day, I still really don't know. And that's what makes it so stupid. And you know what? At the time, my mom was trying to put me on game. She was. I'll give my mom her respect. But I just didn't see it that way at the time. Because she was like, what you doing home? She's like, yeah, I just quit KFC. I'm going to just try to get more hours back to the movie theater. You quit KFC? Why you do that? Oh, man, because they fired Cuz. Fuck if they fired Cuz. Like, what you talking about? You quit your job because somebody else got fired? It's like, how the fuck do you think you're going to make it and you're doing stupid shit like that? And I was like, oh, my God. I was like, wait, what you mean? He the reason why I got hired. And then she was like, I don't care. She was like, that is piss poor thinking. I was just like,
hey, yo, OG a real one.
Yeah. Hey, you know what? On God in the squad. As I look back at it, I didn't even ask for detail. I just rolled because it was my cousin. He was a little older than me. We always hung out together. And I felt the obligation that, oh, since he put me on, since he gone, then I can leave. And that's the G shit. That's the boss move. And I'm like, no, he didn't even really tell me what happened. Like, and the thing is, he told me a reason that in hindsight just didn't make sense. Because my deal is this, and this is, I want to talk to the Black delegation that listen to this podcast. We are so quick to play the race card and throw racism out there because we be having disagreements with white folks. And we really need to check the reality on that. For all I know, Wayne, he might have stole. He might have cussed somebody out he wasn't supposed to. He might have been late and been on thin ice by the time I got hired. I really don't know. I don't know. I just know I get hired, and it was off the strength of his word. I come through. I'm killing it. They do like me there. And because that my cousin got let go, he convinced me to leave. And then in hindsight, though, I'm the only one that looked stupid. Like, they were like down for like probably like a day or two. But I end up looking dumb as hell doing this.
Congratulations. You played yourself.
Super played myself.
Played,
man.
Hey, I ain't gonna lie though. Just me being the petty person that I am, because I just relived this for the world to hear, I might have to go smack Cuz up real quick.
Man, hey, yo. Because I was just like, man, I was like, yeah, I was bugging. I was like, what was I thinking? And that is, your teenage years. I learned so much in my teenage years about being a follower versus a leader. What is the difference between telling the truth and gossiping? Sometimes you gotta let some stuff happen to people and stay out the way. Yes. Because unfortunately, when I was a shorty, a lot of these lessons where I think I'm, quote, doing the right thing, it all blew up in my face. It's literally why a lot of times now I'll be like, well, y'all got it.
You have to be that way. Yeah. But one thing that you spoke on, and I've always said this, Black people use that race card so fucking freely that it's to a point now with me, and I really don't care how anybody takes this, but to me, when I hear it, I automatically don't believe you.
Man, yo, I'm there too. I'm right there with you. I ain't gonna lie.
And that's real fucked up based off of, where the world has been versus where it's gone. I'm not saying that racism doesn't exist, because you'll be a damn fool to think that it don't. Right. But Black people, stop banking on that shit. No, they didn't fire you because you Black. They fired your ass because you were stealing.
right. Or they fired you because you're stupid.
They fired you because you couldn't do the fucking job. They fired you because you was always fucking calling in. It had nothing to do with you doing.
Right.
Like you talking to a person that was a supervisor at his facility for about a year or two. Mm-hmm. I see the shit you.
Yeah.
Not just single out Black people. I see the shit that goes on, but I'm not gonna go deep into that because we gotta have that conversation another time. But no, stop using the race card to justify your bullshit.
Yeah, man. Please.
Because in doing that, now you have more people feeling like we feel. Mm-hmm. Nigga, you lying?
Yeah.
Stop with this boy who cried wolf shit.
Yeah, absolutely. I was that was my first, I would say, as far as like career wise goes, that was probably my first lesson in know all the facts and have accountability. And also what is leadership? What are you, a leader or a follower? You know what I'm saying? Like, that is, I think, so many layers of that I learned, but it was so swift and so clean that it was just like, well, again, I had another job. So it ain't the dumbest thing I ever did, but it's definitely in the top 10 because of why I did it. Yeah, I was never the person to leave with nothing, but man, I followed that so blindly. And to this day, I don't think I know the truth at all. I don't think I know the truth at all. And the fact that even racism was thrown out there, I was like, yo, but it was like 5 Black people working. And I was number 5. How racist could they have been? It's just, what I'm saying? It's just like, it's things that you think about just later. Just later. Yeah. When you really sit and you analyze it, it was like, wait a minute. Like, we weren't the only Black people in there. Nobody said anything derogatory or racist to me ever in there. So how are you, the person that's been there the longest, that had the authority, that had things going popping for yourself, now all of a sudden, when you under fire, they racist? But hey, in 1997, I didn't think to say none of that. I didn't say none of that. I was just like, yo, we ride with cuz. We ride with cuz. That's it. That's what it is. My mom cussed me clean out. And she cussed me clean out. And I don't blame her. I was dumbfounded then. Like, I wasn't mad. I was dumbfounded then. But man, does it make sense now?
Hey, I hope your cousin see this. and I hope you get that phone call
Man.
I hope you get that phone call. Hey, this is. I mean, it's been almost 30 years.
Man,
this is what happened.
Yeah, for sure. Like, right. Hey, yo, let's just have a laugh about it. I mean, obviously, I think everything turned out well for both of us. You know what I mean? but still, yeah, man, that was wild. That was like bonehead. That was Waldo Geraldo Faldo of me to do something like that. and I definitely would not encourage anybody to make those kind of blind moves.
Please do not.
Yeah, please think for yourself. think for yourself, because anybody's willing to think for you.
Oh man. Hey, Cam, man, I tell you what, man. You've done a lot of great things in your life. But that one, sir. I guess you gotta fail to learn, So
hey, you know what I'm saying?
You learn from it, so that's all that counts. You learn from it.
Absolutely. Hey, listen, the fact that you can still say that I did great things after doing that, hey, I won. Because it could have got worse. I could have also left and quit the movie theater and be like, they're probably racist too. I could have probably did anything stupid, but at least I was smart enough to be like, well, you know what? Maybe just it won't work out.
Damn.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, Cuz most definitely owed you that phone call. And if you get that phone call, we have to talk about that phone call.
Oh, hey, most definitely. Hey, listen, man. Hey, I have no problem here with cracking the mic and showing y'all a little bit of my life. It's all good. You know what I'm saying? Like, hey, I have no problem with it. But man, that I thought about that just the other day. And when you said KFC, man, that triggered it for some reason today. I think we've talked KFC before on the fast food slander episode, but something about today made that story pop up again for the second time in the last 5 days. And I just figured, hey, man, what better way to share it than right now?
Yeah, that story had to be told.
Yeah, man. So
that story was weighing heavy on your heart.
Absolutely. And even though I don't remember the names of all the people that were there. I don't remember the managers' names. I don't remember the cashiers' names, the cooks. I don't remember. But man, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. That was just stupid. I really thought I got y'all. I didn't. That was dumb as hell. My bad. Like, I sincerely apologize. I don't think I've ever seen y'all again ever in life. But if y'all happen to have seen me and it was not love, I get it. But I just want to say I apologize for that. That was not player. That was not the move. And at least from a mental standpoint, I've learned from that mistake, and I have no problem admitting I was wrong right there.
I could say the only job that I quit where I'm not going to say I was wrong. I'm not going to say I was wrong, but I did learn that every job isn't for everybody, but there's a way to go about leaving that job.
That's a fact.
So I'm 20, 21 maybe, and I'm trying to change my life. I'm trying, my son's about to be born. I got to stop all the bullshit. I got to kind of do things on the up and up.
Right.
So I decide to take a job in Monroe, Wisconsin. I can't remember what the name of the place is called, but it's telemarketing.
Oh, okay.
So I go to the interview. I get hired. Now I have to do the training. The training is for a week. Okay. I went Monday. I went Tuesday. I went Wednesday. Thursday, they kick us out and tell us to go on our lunch break. I went on and drove to the crib.
Hey, listen.
Took it back to the crib, man.
No, wait. I want you to break this piece down. This is important because everybody that's listening that may not be privy, they might not be where we from. I need you to tell them how far your crib is from Monroe, Wisconsin. I need them to know just how far this is.
Well, Monroe, what, 20 miles?
Mm-hmm. At best? One way.
So, yeah, I tried. But like I said, there was a better way to quit other than to just leave. I easily could have went to that man and just said, "Hey, this sitting still, this not doing anything, it's not for me. I'm a mover and shaker.
Yeah.
I'm hands on. This is not going to work for me." And he probably would have been like, "Okay, thanks for your time," And if I needed them, I probably could have tried again.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm pretty sure they was like, hey, that Wayne guy, get him the fuck up out of here. Don't ever hire that motherfucker again.
Right. It's like, you gotta get them up out of here, please.
But this was the bad part, though. This is the bad part. This is the part that I didn't think through. Mm-hmm. My best friend is the one that got me the interview.
Oh.
So I basically just shit all over her name because here it is. She vouched for me.
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden I just ghost on them. Yeah. So even though it's not the same thing as yours, but it's still just as fucked up.
Yeah. Because it's that aspect of, Pat, like you said, trying to change your life, trying to get on the straight and narrow and do your thing. Pat, I'm here for you. I'm going to help you out.
Right. And I'm just like, fuck all that. I drove my ass back to town. Goddamn it, I went and got a pack.
Oh my God. Hey. Like, you know what? What the FX say? I got a lot of dreams, but I ain't really chasing mine. Oh man.
Hey, look, my clientele ain't left me in 4 days, goddamn shit.
Oh man. Hey, that's too funny. But I'll say this though. Hey, but let me ask you this question, because I'm sure now, as you look back on it in reverse now, aren't you very leery about who you lend your name and reference to for anybody trying to do anything?
Oh yes. Honestly, I don't lend my name out at all.
Hey, good.
I won't let my name out at all. Like even as an adult, like in my 30s, where I work at now, as like I said earlier, I made my way to supervisor, which is something that we can discuss when we have that conversation. But
for sure,
people used to put my name on their applications.
Yeah.
And hey, Derek, you know this guy? Yeah, I know. Well, he put your name on the application. No, throw that shit out.
Hey, throw it out.
Throw it out.
Oh, God.
What's wrong? I'm not hiring that guy.
Yeah.
Or better yet, I'm not going to let you guys hire that guy with my name tied to him. No.
Yeah. Because the thing is, you already know, Wang, that's your boy, right? Yo, your boy that we just hired.
And see, and even though where I work at, it's not like no predominantly white, it's rainbow. Everybody.
Yeah.
But they automatically assume because Freeport is so small that all the black people know the black people.
Yeah.
And maybe that's just everywhere. So So me being the only black supervisor at the time at this facility that was from here, every time somebody put an application if they were black, Derek, you know this guy? Derek, you know this guy? Derek, you know this guy? Derek, you know this girl? Why the fuck you think I know her?
Right.
Right. Like
what you trying to say?
Right, why would you know them? Like, why would you assume that I know them? You know, they can't just say, well, because you're black, you know. Well, we just thought, you know, well, because you live here, maybe. So you think I know everybody that live here? You don't never ask me about the white people. You never ask me about the Mexican guys. You only ask me about the black people. I don't know any of these people. I don't know none of them. They hire them, and then this be the funny part. They hire them, then they'll see them. Hey man, what had to come and dap them up? I thought you didn't know them. Hey, they ain't got nothing to do with it. You hired them because you hired them. You didn't hire them because I knew them.
Exactly. Yeah.
So I don't want that shit to come back and bite me in the ass.
Hey, that's the line. And I always try to make that clear. I'll be like, no, hire them because you want them here, not because I know them. Like, radio was really bad for me with that. When I worked radio, I would give my number out, my email out freely because I was like, well, you know, just to have the information to be in the know, you know what I'm saying, just to make sure I could get to access to any event or venue that I needed. But on the flip side, when people felt that they wanted to be in radio, they would then be like, yo, I know Cam. Like, hey, bro, that don't mean anything. I was like, yo, I know of a lot of people now. I know of a lot of people. And they was like, yo, this your boy? I was like, no. I was like, you know where I'm from. No, he's not. Like, he's not my boy. I was like, look, I got here a year and a half ago. No, like, no, he's not. And my whole thing was like, they was like, yo, or I used to get the, yo, just give me the contact of the program director or the music director. And I was like, oh, no, I don't even call them. And I got their number. Like, so you're definitely not about to call them to get a job, to get your record played, to get into this event. We're not doing none of that. Like, no, you need to stay right over there and figure it out. Like, and they were like, man, why are you stingy with the contacts? I was like, because I don't know what you're about to do. I was like, I don't know how bad you're trying to get whatever it is that you want. And I don't want it to be pinned back to how I gave you this number or this email and then you did X. We're not doing that.
And that be the thing, though, because people don't be understanding the fact of, okay, I gave you this information to help you get in. And the first thing you do is say, Camp said, yeah. Oh, I got your email from Camp. I got your number from Camp. Now you still ain't got a job. Now I'm without a job.
Right.
So now we in the car together, headed to the unemployment office together. Like,
man, looking sick and stupid together.
It's like, motherfucker can't even be discreet about the shit no more. Oh no, yo, I got your number from a friend. Well, don't worry about all. No, motherfucker instantly go, yeah, I got your email from Camp. So, you know, can we? So all of a sudden you get that Camp, step into my office.
Right. It's like, so Jeremy guy.
You know a young gentleman named Jeremy. Fuck.
Like that. Like, man, I mean, I met dude 3 weeks ago, but I mean, it's always like something else. But yeah, man, that's so yeah, hey, listen, I know that lending your name out as a reference. And you know what? Here's something that I think everybody, whether you trying to come up or if you made it to wherever it is you wanted to make it, I'm sure that we can all identify with this. It's not that we are purposely trying to keep somebody down or out. It's just that we know what work it took to get where we at. And you can't just like be willy-nilly with that. You can't put yourself into a situation and you are like kind of flimsy with your own blessing, because you might block the next one. I don't think that any of us reach a certain level of success of any kind, and then we automatically like, yeah, I ain't gonna help nobody. It's like, I mean, I'm trying to help somebody, but like, you gotta want it more than me. And when you want it more than me, it's not just to get on. You gotta want to hustle harder than me. You gotta want to be better than I am. Now, they ain't saying snake me and try to get me up out the paint, but it's just like, yo, you should be like, what is your plan? What is your plan when you walk through these doors? And what are you gonna do? It can't be off the strength of just knowing me.
Basically, what you're saying is, don't be and don't expect the next person to be MC Hammer.
Man. Yeah. Yeah, exactly.
It's not my job just because I elevated. It's not my job to pull all of y'all with me.
Yeah.
What are you doing for me to even want to bring you with me? If you're not putting in no work, and you just see that I have the drive, I have the ambition, I got the motivation to elevate. That don't mean you get to lay back and relax because, all right, so when Wayne make it here, I'm gonna be right there. No, the fuck you will not.
Right, nah.
Because you showing me right now as I'm elevating here, staying here, that you don't want to be here.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna leave your ass down here.
Yeah. Yeah.
Now, when you start showing me that you're trying to catch up to me, yeah, I'll most definitely give you that boost. But don't just assume that you get the free ride because I made it.
Yeah. And man, that free ride.
You would never MC Hammer me.
Hey, straight up. Hey, and look, and we learned from MC Hammer. That's the great analogy. Look, MC Hammer was on top of the world, millions of dollars, #1 artist, like in the globe. You know what I'm saying? Not just the US, but like everywhere. And he literally tried to put Oakland on. And he helped people that couldn't even do for themselves, let alone do for him. And man, he took a hit. We've learned at the largest scale of how you just can't do that. You know what I'm saying? It's like, because the thing is, what I've learned, and please speak to this if you can. I learned a lot of times people only want to do something because they see you doing it.
Yes.
Like this one even on their mind before they saw you doing it. And now that Wang doing it, oh yeah, I could do that. I think I could get with something like what he doing. Yeah, I'm gonna ask him. And it's like, bro, I've never heard you mention this even casually. Like, now, why do you want to do this?
Me and my brother had a conversation not too long ago about, and I'm just gonna speak for the hometown.
Mm-hmm.
Nobody mentally has their own thoughts.
Mm.
And the way the conversation came up is we had a couple people here in town, maybe 2, 3 at best, that like every other weekend they would make plates, taking people's jobs, whatever it was.
Mm-hmm.
Then all of a sudden it went from 2 or 3 to 5 and 6 to 9 and 10 to 13 to 14. Now, somebody had asked me, because I personally love to cook. I like being in the kitchen. I like trying new stuff. I love being in the kitchen. And a lot of people tell me, man, you can really cook. Why don't you sell plates? That's not my lane.
Right.
That's their lane.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna stay the fuck out of it. Because there's already 30 people making plates. Why the fuck do I want to be 31?
Right. And I'm sorry. And then at 31, who you selling to?
Who am I selling it to?
every week. Okay, so on the weekend, out of that 31 people, 15 of them is making plates. Nobody's making any money now.
Yeah.
Because I got my people that are only going to come by for me. You got your people that's only going to come by for you. Now we stepping on each other's toes. We hating. We kicking each other when they down, and got people running around talking about this person's food is nasty. And no,
and now only half of y'all broke even.
You made the money back for the food you bought. You ain't made no money for your time. You ain't made no money to pay no water bill, nothing. You broke even on the food that you bought. Maybe.
Yeah.
If that's like and forgive me if I'm ranting.
Oh no,
but
please.
It's like I can't remember the gentleman's name, but I saw this some months ago where the guy was talking about every man should be a boss. And I thought that was like, I get where he was coming from.
Yeah, for sure.
I get where he was coming from, but realistically, that's stupid.
Yeah. Can't do it. It's impossible.
It's impossible because if everybody's a boss, who's our employees?
Exactly.
If for one, everybody ain't got the mental capacity to be a boss.
Man, let's talk about it.
Like 99% of the world does not have the mental capacity to be a boss.
Mm-hmm.
And that's okay. That's okay.
Mm-hmm.
But if everybody's a boss, I'm a boss. I'm not working for you. I'm my own boss. You're not working for me because you're your own boss. I don't work for you.
Yeah, right. Right.
It's like we got 8 billion businesses and no employees.
Yeah. Yep. Hey.
We got a world full of LLCs and nobody works for these motherfuckers
Right.
but the boss.
Right. And you know for a fact that we all don't have 8 billion different LLCs. Like 1 billion of us at minimum is doing the exact same thing.
Exactly. Motherfucker be like, oh, you sell flowers? Yeah, I sell flowers. Well, Kev sell flowers too. He sell daisies. I sell tulips.
It's like, oh, flowers though, right?
What flowers?
Like, what's stopping me from getting a pack of seeds and having daisies also? Huh? Like, you tell me, humor me.
Kale sell French fries. Don't you sell French fries? Mine crinkle cut though.
like, all right, but it's a potato. Did you cut the potato up though? Like, you got that's what you got. Like,
I'm a real boss. I got crinkle cuts. He ain't on my level. Oh yeah, he is his own boss, but he just got them regular, straight fries. He got curlies. I got crinkles.
He got the crinkles on his fries.
But yeah, I got what the guy was trying to say though. Yeah. I did understand, but his approach to it was just horribly wrong. It's just like, dude, it's not mentally, physically, or aesthetically possible.
Yeah. You know what? Because I agree with you. And I hate when people do it so macro like that being the boss thing. Let's micro it. Every man should be the boss or the leader of his own house.
Yes.
Let's start there. Because, hey, man, in the immortal words of Prodigy, everybody want to call shots, but it ain't enough shooters. So when you get out into the real world, that ain't meant for you to be a leader of men or a leader of other people. That may not be in your ministry, but you definitely can most definitely lead your house. Because, shoot, if we keep it a buck, that's more important than being a leader out in the workforce. You need to lead your house because I don't want your son getting my daughter pregnant and then dipping off. I don't want your sons and daughters robbing, shooting, stealing, killing, and you don't know what to do. And you throwing your hands up like, I don't know, I tried. No, nigga, hey, Get control of your house.
For real.
Get control over your house and be the boss there, be the leader there. Yeah, in hindsight, just like Wang was saying, yeah, it's cool to think that, oh, we could all be our own bosses, but like we don't live in the barter system world anymore. This is a capitalist society. Yes. We don't need like everybody owning a business, because what if I don't even need what you selling? Like, that was cool when it wasn't plumbing and electricity. You know what I'm saying? Like when it was still horse and buggies, and then the Model T came out, and you didn't really need gas. But nah, this is 2024. We're in a different time. I don't need 4 people that know how to make belts. No, just give me the one place that I can get my belt so I can keep it moving. And yeah, man, it's easier for you to make a living when you got somebody that's willing to bear the brunt of ownership. Another thing that people just don't really take the time to sit and register. It's like, man, I know for a fact that, you know, bossing up, like that's the era we live in, right? The serial entrepreneur, the 7 streams of income, you got to be a boss. You know, people heard Dame Dash from the Breakfast Club that day, and now all of a sudden they don't work for nobody. You know what I'm saying? I ain't calling no man daddy. You know what I'm saying? I got to get my own. And it's like, yeah, that's cool. But here's the thing. If you ain't figured out how to eat on your own, you better assemble with somebody or with some people that's already got a table set and they willing to hand you a plate. Yeah, that would be in your best interest.
For real. Okay, so let me ask you a question.
Mm-hmm.
A man that's not the boss of his house.
Mm. Ooh.
I want to word this right.
Because I was like,
I'm probably going to start some shit.
That's okay. So that's what we're here to do today, I guess. Apparently we started. Let's talk about it. Let's talk real though. Because we grew up in a different time. So let's talk about it.
Okay, so a man that's not the boss of his house.
Mm.
I'm going to go completely left field with this.
All right.
Man is not the boss of his house. The woman calls, I ain't gonna say call the shots, but she's the breadwinner. She takes care of the bills, and where does a man just for you, and then where does a man like that sit in society?
So I want to understand it in detail before I answer. So we're solely saying that the woman just makes more money than the guy.
The woman takes care of the home all the way around. Stay at home. Let's stay at home dad.
Okay.
To simplify it.
Okay. So he don't go outside and make no bread.
He don't do shit.
All right.
Is that okay?
Okay.
In my eyes, no. In my eyes, no. Because of the way I was raised.
Yeah.
You know, I wasn't raised that, you know, that the male had to be the breadwinner or nothing like that, but you got to do something.
Yeah. Okay. In what you described, no, that is 1,000,000,000,000% not okay. All right. And I'll say it like this. As a man, you should never be in a situation where a woman can treat you like a mother. You should just never be in that situation. Your girl can't decide one day, nigga, get out. And then you really got to go. And then you ain't got nowhere to go. That should, hey, as a man, your testosterone level should stop you from ever letting that happen. It just should. And I don't, because and the reason why I answer like that is because I don't equate having more or less money than your woman as the reason to why, you know what I'm saying, she runs it.
Yes.
Truth be told, because I date pretty dope women in my lifetime, and I've been in the situation a couple times where a woman has made more than me in a relationship, but I've definitely been the fucking man. You dig what I'm saying? Like it's still my name on the lease. It's still I'm still taking care of everything. She just happens to make more money than me. So this ain't a monetary thing for everybody that might be out there listening and are misconstruing this. But when you are not taking care of just the home business, so and by the home business, I'm saying, and maybe we're saying, I don't want to speak for you, Wayne, because you're right here with me, you know. The home business is, you know, rent, utilities paid, house upkept, food in the fridge, and appliances and vehicles are working. It's because you have contributed to that happening. Now, whether you do it 100% with your money or 50%, I'm not even tripping on that. But when you just at the crib and you on the couch, or when school starts and then you drop little man off and then you just kicking it, no, sir.
Okay,
A man in life needs more purpose than that, just in general.
Yeah, facts. But I asked you that question on purpose because over the course of the last couple of weeks, I'm figuring you out.
Yeah.
I knew that your answer to that was going to perfectly allow me to segue into, do you agree with the 50-50 conversation?
All right, so 50-50 conversation. I've never, okay, hold on here. I don't have the 50-50 conversation. You know what I mean? I don't even have it. I don't know what you new cats is doing out here, but there should have never been a conversation when I'm in the process of courting, talking to, dating a woman, one where I'm even asking her what she do and how much money she got in her pocket. Because one, I'm never worried about that. Hey, listen, you could be a high-powered lawyer or you could be part-time at Target. If you find, I'm going. So with that said, it don't matter how much money you got. I have never, and I've been on some hard times, y'all. I want to keep it so crystal clear. There are some times that I have been anything but up. Like I didn't even have the half of the P to spell up. I've been UI a couple times. It's like, I don't know. I'm under investigation right now. I'm like, we gonna get up, but right now we ain't even got it all. And I tell you what, and the thing is, but I've never had a problem getting a woman's attention. Never had a problem dating a woman. And yeah, and my card has never declined at a restaurant. I know my way. I act my wage. I'm better at it now due to some hard times, and maybe we'll talk about that in another episode. But in the matters of just women in general, I'm never asking a woman to pay anything. I've just never done that. I don't even know what would happen in the conversation with a woman for me to ask for that. I'm be dead ass. I don't know even how to ask. Hey, babe, you think you got half on the comment? Huh?
I'm glad you said it. Oh, I'm so glad you said it that way. Because this is just my personal feeling.
Mm-hmm.
In dating, you should already have
your financial shit in order. Before I meet you, I should already have my financial shit in order. If I have this house, this apartment, whatever it is, I should already be able to pay for my shit.
Mm-hmm.
And if I decide I want to go on a date, I should already know if I can afford to do this. Or if I want to go hang out with the fellas, I should already know that I can afford to do that. So I say all of that to say this. I think people got the 50-50 thing misconstrued.
For sure.
Because me personally, when I say 50-50, I'm not saying pay half the rent. I'm not saying pay half the ComEd. I'm not saying pay half the NICOR. I'm not saying any of that.
Right.
Now, I am saying this. Car breaks down abruptly. But I just paid ComEd. I just paid the mortgage. I just paid NICOR.
Mm-hmm.
If the person that you laying next to every night can't be like, go get your car fixed, why are you laying next to me?
Yeah, you with the wrong one anyway. You with the wrong one.
So when I hear 50-50, like I said, this is just my own interpretation of it. When I hear 50-50, like I said, I own my house.
Mm-hmm.
So that means that when the bank calls for that mortgage on the first, it's taken care of.
Yeah.
when ComEd calls, it's taken care of. Me and my girl don't even live together. So you're not going to tell me that now that she lives here with me, I'm asking her for half?
Yeah. That's wild. That's wild to me. That is wild to me.
What?
Yeah.
What?
Yeah, man.
Hey, I had a buddy of mine. He ended up being one of my bosses for a short period of time at my job before he got let go. A lot of people at my job just swarming down that this guy was just extreme racist. And some of the things that he would say, I will agree to an extent. He did have a level of racism in him, but he wasn't bigoted.
I got you.
And people have to learn the difference between the two. Me and him were talking. And you're going to have to let me finish this conversation because I'm going to say something, you're going to be like, the fuck?
All right, for sure.
And he said, he was like, do you know why so many Black families don't thrive the same way white families thrive? And I'm like, I don't like where this conversation is going because
right. Like off top, fuck you mean.
Because if you say the wrong shit, I'm gonna have to put you in the full Nelson.
And slam you.
And slam the fuck out of me. So, but because this guy, he's never come at me sideways, he's never said anything disrespectful or wrong to me. I was also intrigued. So I'm like, run it by me. He said, I don't want you to take this the wrong way. He was like, and the reason why I'm saying this to you is because I want to see you win. And when he said what he said, Kemp, I couldn't disagree with it. He said, I noticed that a lot of African American households, yes, they're married, yes, they live in the same house, but they still have a mentality of what's mine is mine.
Yeah. Yep.
So I'm like, damn, he's not wrong. So then he breaks the shit down for me. And he was like, you and your lady. He was like, are y'all married? I'm like, no, we're not married. He was like, okay. He was like, because I'm your boss, I know how much money you make. I'm like, okay. He was like, what does your old lady do? I'm like, she's assistant general manager at her job. He was like, oh, I know she makes good money then.
Mm-hmm.
He was like, so let's just say this. Let's just throw some ballpark numbers out there. I'm like, okay. He was like, let's just say between the two of you, in little old Freeport, between the two of you as a collective, you're worth $100,000 a year. I'm like, okay. He was like, Mike, keep that word, collective. Keep that right there. As a collective, you're worth $100,000. I'm like, okay. He was like, so you're telling me that between you and your lady, you blow through $100,000 a year? He was like, I was like, no. He was like, off of your salary alone, you can take care of your house with your old lady and her kids, the whole. I'm like, absolutely. So what is she doing with her 50,000? He was like, now, collectively, you're worth 100, and you can take care of your family with your 50. I'm like, right. He was like, so there's no reason, even after miscellaneous things popping up, you know, actually going out and enjoying life, doing things with the kids and doing things with each other, and just because you seen a new pair of shoes that you wanted to get this month, and he said there's no reason why a collective that makes $100,000 in Freeport cannot put away a minimum of $20,000 a year.
I super agree with that. Super facts.
And when he said that, I'm like, that was the dopest racist shit. I mean, because for one, yes, you segregated the fuck out of us. So yes, there was a tad bit of racism in there, but damn it was true.
Yeah, hey, and I was gonna say, but if you, being a black man in Freeport, can attest to what he's saying, is it racist? And see, hey, and that's where my hang up be. I'll be like, man, because and I love that, because I was actually going to segue into that. So that's awesome that somebody, you even had that story with somebody that don't even look like you that was telling you that. Because yeah, no, and that's exactly how I feel. Because you're literally doing it right. Fellas, again, I don't know what y'all expectation out of life is, but here's the deal from my perspective. You should be able to take care of yourself anyway. Right? So you should never be in a situation where you think where that you barely making it and the woman coming in to help you make it. Nah, you should already be making it. And whatever she has is just a contribution to it. Move to a smaller spot. Hell, move to the projects. Stop buying Jordans every month. Learn how to cook 3 or 4 different meals in the kitchen, and I'll stop buying so many OnlyFans subscriptions. I don't know what everybody's doing with their bread. I don't know, but here's the deal: like if you depending on anybody, let's just take it off of just women. If you are a certain age, and I'll be fair, if you are 27 years old or older, and you still asking your parents for something on the rent, you doing life wrong.
You life and wrong as fuck.
Yeah. So of course women ain't checking for you and want to know what's up with whatever else you got going on. What are you doing with your time and your money? Because you're 27, you're damn near 30, and you still can't pay your rent. That's a problem. I'm not even going to trip on people about ownership, because I know that, in times of inflation and housing prices, hey, this just may be a bad time for you. But dog, if you can't even pay your rent, you need to look at yourself crazy. Not women, not your parents, not your homies that you don't know how he doing it. No, bro, look at yourself and make the proper adjustments, because he's right. You know what? I have I have a very similar conversation like that with my fiance. I was like, look, we a 6-figure household. There's no way we should ever be sitting around talking about what we ain't got. I was like, that means that we ain't spending right or we ain't moving right. And at first she didn't quite get what I was saying. And I was like, look, we shouldn't be wanting for anything because collectively we making 100K or more. And I don't care if it's gross or net. The fact is 6 figures hit this household. We shouldn't be living off of more than half of that at best.
Yes.
Right? So, yes. And once I broke it down like that, and I was like, yeah, like, and then I was like, because you like to travel, right? And again, hey, look, and we've already been doing annual vacations, and we pick really good prices. But I was like, we should be able to do that and still see a savings account.
Mm-hmm. Yes. Yes.
You know what I'm saying? I was like, hey, man, maybe that come with 1 or 2 less dinners out, or a couple shoes that ain't bought, or a couple random $100 date nights or whatever that might just end up because we're just having a good time. I was like, but I'd rather see the bread and know that we got it and ain't spending it versus sitting around thinking, man, what did we just do with all the money? It just never made sense to me for people to live like that.
But like I said, like that statement just like put the stamp on what my boss was saying. It's just like, you want to become a union so that you can do more of the bullshit that you couldn't do when you was doing it on your own. That's it. You wanted this person to come into your life, mm-hmm. not to better your life, but to allow you to do more dumb shit in your life. If you was only able to buy a pair of J's once a year, now that this person is in the house with you going 50-50, now you can buy the J's that come out every month. You lifing wrong, fam.
Exactly.
Why your bank account still? Why you still only got $175 in your bank account?
And you better take that out to buy the damn J.
Because you can put it back Friday. Like, get the fuck out of here.
Right.
Get the fuck out of here.
Yeah, man. Hey, your man's gave you verse of the year, low key. He was like, yo, check it. Yo. And then he just starts singing.
Hey, when he said that shit, bro, I bullshit you not. Now, mind you, I've never been messy with my money. And yes, just like you said, I've been in some times where it was just like, what I'm gonna do next?
Yeah.
You know, like what's my next move? Like, I even say I was in such a bind last year. I had went out on me and my girl, we went out on a date. And we went to one of the trampoline parks. I rolled my ankle so bad that I can't work. Like, I can't stand for like 3 weeks.
Dang.
So I done blew through all my vacation. Now all I have is short-term disability. And that ain't shit. That shit was like 65% of my normal pay.
Oh, damn.
No, so that now if I had got the long term
minimum.
Yeah. So then, like, right after that, well, while I'm healing from that, if I'm not mistaken, while I'm healing from that, no, shortly after that, I have a plumbing issue that cost me $24,000. So I done missed work for 3 weeks. I done tapped out all my vacation trying to stay afloat with bills, and then I get hit with a $24,000 plumbing bill.
Rough.
I'm literally on my ass. But even though we're not married, 50-50 kicked in, and my baby made sure that I didn't completely drown.
Nice. Yeah.
You know, she got her own thing. Like I said, we don't live together, so she still got her own space she has to maintain.
Right.
But it's like, okay,
but you find yourself on hard times. You're gonna find this probably won't be the last time I find myself on hard times.
Right.
What are you doing with it?
Yeah.
What are you learning from it? Like, how are you? Like that guy when he said that shit to me, it's just like that was probably one of the best jewels a person gave me as an adult.
Nice. And
even for me,
yeah.
But like even for me to take it back and give that same gem to my girl, and she was just like, "I'm fucking with that."
Yeah. And see, like, and I'm sorry.
No, go ahead.
But that's how you know you with a real one as well.
Absolutely.
You know, because I think one, it's layers to how he broke it down to y'all, because he was like, look, one, that you should be taking care of yourself. And I know for a fact you make enough to take care of both of y'all based on where you at. So now everything she got is extra.
Everything.
And also, fellas, listen to this part, because Wang is holding it down. His woman don't mind coming off the hip for whatever, because he ain't asked for shit else. He asked for her. He didn't ask for a wallet. Like that's how y'all get what you looking for. You got to come with like, yo, but I already got, you know what I'm saying? I already got. Like, I'm good. What you bringing, that's cool. But hey, it's not, it's appreciated here. It's not needed here. It's appreciated.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying?
That's exactly. I swear, you could have said that shit no better. Like it's a difference between wanting you and needing you.
Yeah, absolutely.
Like if I like, and I think people get that shit twisted. You would rather want me to want you than to need you.
For sure.
Because if I need you, that means I'm lacking in something.
Yeah.
But when I just want your presence, when I want your presence, when I want you around, when that's how it's genuine on both sides.
Yeah.
You want me to be here, I want you to be here. But like if I need you to be here, I'll use that term loosely. If I need you here to stay afloat.
Yeah, hey.
Because sometimes for people, love gets that deep where yes, they need that person.
Hey.
But they grew into that.
And I'll still push back. Hey, listen. And maybe this is just me being my natural latchkey loner self. All right. Maybe that's it. But I also feel like this. You should never be in need of another human, because humans already have their own sets of needs.
This is true.
You need to go out and acquire your needs. But your needs shouldn't be another person. To simplify it, we both have children. Wang, what is the thing that you are doing for your children now? You are providing for them because they are in need.
Yes.
But there is going to hit an age where you're going to be like, well, you shouldn't need me anymore. You got this. It's the same thing to me. like
you got it.
So it's like, how am I going to raise a child to not need me, and now you do?
You are 100% right. You are 100% right. I'll recant my statement.
I'm all for wanting and appreciating anybody around. But I personally don't ever want somebody around that needs me or feel that they need me, because that's kind of an act of desperation. I don't do desperate.
That's like when Mary J. Blige thought it was a flex to say, "I'll stop breathing if you told me to." Ooh, baby, do not do that.
Right.
Don't do that.
Like, hey, you know what? Oh God!
I just want to see how long you gonna hold your breath.
Yeah.
If you really love me, you'll hold it till you pass out.
You know what I'm saying? I mean, hey, you said if I told you to. This is what I'm saying right now. Oh man! Oh God! Oh man! Oh man! Well, look, hey, man, we hope y'all learned something today. You know what I'm saying? we hope that y'all got, you know, saying your key instructions to navigate through life like a real man. I think we've done a lot of things for young men that are going to be soon, that we pray that we all become old men, that you can learn from this episode, man. Accountability, leadership versus being a follower, how to be accountable for your words and actions, recognizing your mistakes, learning how to stand on your own 2 feet, being a provider, which comes with being a provider of self first. I mean, hey, made in the 1980s, man. Well, I mean, what can't we do? What can't we do on the fly?
We just out here with our wings spread right now, man.
You know what I'm saying? So, man, hey, we appreciate y'all listening to this week's episode. We hope to see you back again next week, or you hear us again next week. But either way, just know that it's always love.